check 1 2, sound check 1 2, sound check 1 2. Check 1 2, sound check 1 2, 1 2. Check 1 2, sound check 1 2.
Don't obstruct.
Thank you.
Kando kidogo. Hapo. I hope mmechukua za kwanza. Twende hapo. Any town. Unafanya nini? Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Kata kabisa huko. Kata. Haya, toa juu kwanza.
Bwana, niruke? Alikuwa na kuona. Okay? Nimekuona sana. Agenda fulani. Hata msikunyaje sija lakini ile hebu tuone.
DG, you don't go to so that you pick that, yes. Okay, but pick now. Want to pick now. To pick here. Okay.
Very, yeah?
This moment, by all means, marks a significant milestone in our collective efforts to conserve and even restore one of the world's most endangered species. Ladies and gentlemen, the return of these mountain bongos from the Rare Species Conservancy Foundation in Florida, USA, is a breakthrough. It testifies to the potency of cross-border collaboration in matters universal to humankind and matters universal to biodiversity. To the communities living around the Marania and Mucheene sanctuary, I assure you that this initiative is not just about wildlife, it is also about you. The success of this project will bring economic opportunities, enhance tourism, and improve livelihoods. Protecting and conserving the mountain bongo is investing in the future. And I believe that we'll be able to attract many tourists, domestic, regional, and international, to come and see the rare but amazing mountain bongos in this magical Kenya. To the Kenya Wildlife Service, the Meru Bongo and Rhino Conservation Trust, and the Rare Species Conservatory Foundation, I commend your tireless efforts towards ensuring safe and secure repatriation of these animals. As we bring these bongos home, let us remember that their survival depends on all of us. Conservation is not the responsibility of a single entity or organization or government. Rather, it is a shared duty requiring the involvement of all, including government, communities, private sector partners, international collaborators, communities, and individuals. It demands innovation, it demands resources, and above all, a collective will to act as guided by the highest moral imperative. Through the National Recovery and Action Plan for the Mountain Bongo, we have committed ourselves through KWS to a bold and unprecedented vision to grow the population of this majestic herbivore to 750 individuals over the next 50 years. Today's repatriation is a critical step towards realizing this vision. These 17 Bongos that have arrived today will form a founder population at the Marania and Mucheene Sanctuary in Meru County, where they will be nurtured, protected, and gradually reintroduced to their natural habitats. This initiative is not just saving a species. Far from it. In essence, it is about restoring ecosystems, empowering communities, and safeguarding our natural heritage for future generations and from generation to generation. To the Meru County Government, the Lewa Wildlife Conservancy, the Kamulu and Ntimaka Community Forest Associations, and all our partners, including DHL and others, I extend my deepest gratitude for your unyielding commitment to create synergies with us.
Currently, this is a cohort of 17 Bongos that are going to Mucheene forest, which is a CFA or rather a community conservancy, is extremely exciting to us, because number one, we are bringing back the biodiversity or the species that are critically endangered that had been taken out. Then number two, we are looking at creating jobs to the local community members that are going to be employed in that conservancy. And number three, we are going to be growing livelihood of the people that are going to be employed in the tourism sector. So we are looking at having the mountain bongo population growing back into this country. In about 2050, we are expecting that we shall be having at least minimum of 750 individuals of the mountain bongo back in this country, and that is a key iconic attraction for tourists. Today was historic. Starting from Mombasa, receiving the 2,000 foreigners who are in the Norwegian cruise ship, and now this evening again we are receiving 17 Bongos. It is a coincidence that is historic for this country, and we are doing well. We are doing better, and we look forward, and we thank all the people that are supporting us. First, the government. The president is leading from the front. Then two, we have partners like Lewa. We have DHL that has voluntarily been able to fly these animals for us. And we have very many other, the NGOs, the civil societies that are all supporting the conservation movement in this country. And we say, thank you very much. It cannot be a KWS or a one entity work. It is a collective responsibility for all of us as Kenyans. The mountain bongos are basically endemic to Kenya, and they are only found in three places. That is Aberdares, Mount Kenya, and the Buru Forest. Ecologically, they are part of our very rare and endemic biodiversity that we have in this country. They've been able to grow in those forested and mountainous ecosystems. So their lack means that you are going to have an ecological gap. So when we bring them back, we are doing what you call restoration. It's not only the recovery of the bongos, but we are restoring the habitats where they are. And remember again, in all those habitats, Aberdare, Mount Kenya, and the Burus, those are critical water catchment areas.
How did they end up there? The bongos will live here immediately, and they'll be driven all the way to Marania, Mucheene. That is where they'll be quarantined. So it's a quarantine facility. That's a quarantine facility where they'll be held for the next few months. So for now, we'll not really have a lot to do once they arrive, until maybe after 2 weeks or so. Once they've settled, then there'll be another launch that will be called for.
However, in 2004, we were lucky to repatriate the first group of bongos, 25 of them, that were taken to Mount Kenya. And those bongos over the last 21 years have done extremely well. We now have 98 individuals, and out of that we've been able to slowly acclimatize and move them into the natural environment we have a mountain bongo conservancy that we have already moved 20 bongos into a free range, and we are happy to note that those bongos are now reproducing. We have young ones among us, and that attests to the success that Kenya has been making and always being a leader in wildlife conservation. This is an historic event for this country. First things first, in terms of records, around the 1960s, 1970s, we had about 700 mountain bongos in this country. Quite a number of them were shipped out into Europe and in the US. Right now, we only have bongos in Mount Kenya Forest, Aberdare Forest, and the Bulu Forest, and the population that we have in the world is less than 100. We already have hundreds of mountain bongos in the US and particularly in California. Once we are able to successfully release these 17, we are looking into bringing the other individuals that are there to come and repatriate them. Actually, in the next 3 months, we should be getting about 5 individuals from some zoos in Europe to come and bring in some genetic diversity so that we can grow the population here. So basically what we are saying is that all the bongos, mountain bongos that are out there, given the opportunity and the support, we are going to bring them back into this country.
The mountain bongo, a species originally only found in Kenya, has suffered untold grief over the decades, from habitat loss to poaching to disease. Mountain bongo numbers have dwindled to alarming proportions. Yet, even in the face of these travails and difficulties, we have resisted bowing to pressure to let go of these iconic species. And that's why this evening is monumental.